What I think's crazy is that you have such a small channel, and same thing with the other, like all the people in this blood sports stuff. You guys have like relatively small channels, but you always maintain like 2,000 viewers or sometimes five. I've seen
Oh
a
no,
thousand.
Bloodsports is dead. Bloodsports is
Yeah,
dead.
Oh, it
done.
is.
Yeah.
How much? How many views has that got?
Well, we have 2,200 watching right now, but
Yeah.
the I don't know. What do you mean? Okay, all right, fucking failure. Explain what you mean by that.
Well, there's been empires crumbling around where we had to move the Kumite to Warski's channel because my channel got a strike. Baked Alaska fucking went crumbling down.
A better way to explain it, everybody's been saying that Bloodsports is dead while we have 2,000 viewers and they've been shouting this at their 20 viewers.
That's not true. Like that's really good. If you can maintain 2,000 viewers, that's pretty fucking good for live streaming. Like
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
yeah, that's really good.
And like, and the thing with like the blood sports thing is like we just have a show, we do our thing, and then if the blood happens to happen, then we invite it in, right?
Yeah.
But it has to, like, we can't manufacture that shit. It's got to be,
See
legit.
what I from the outside looking in before I like really started paying attention, I thought you guys were seriously all Nazis and shit. Like
Oh, I am,
so,
but go ahead.
somehow you guys need to like
I'm fucking with you.
somehow you guys need to clean up that outside perspective. Because like you guys get labeled that shit a lot. Like that's
Well,
not
the
good.
thing is, I'm Cuban.
Andy's the only white
Tonka's
guy.
Yeah,
I'm
Tonka's
banned
an
from
Indian.
Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got. I'm
Um,
just saying you got to watch out because you guys get labeled that a lot from the outside, which will stop someone from even like taking a second
All
look.
right,
You know.
Keem, real quick. Andy was supposed to do an interview. I think you flaked out on it with
yeah.
BuzzFeed, and yeah, they what was the option they gave you? Either come on or we'll
Or
give
you're
you
gonna
a.
write no comment, and he didn't comment. But yeah, I was doing the show with JF. Now we split up. He's doing his own show. He's doing good, right? And me and him had a little rough ending, but we're cool now. He was on the show yesterday, and we talked. And all the best to him. But we did have a lot of debates with white nationalists versus the opposing side, and
Mhm.
did a lot of that, right? So yeah, people did start to label the channel as such. But we split up. What? How long has it been? Like 2 weeks now, or however long it's been. Yeah. So he's doing all the politics stuff. I like, and then a failure got the strike. I've been trying to find what I want to do and like the momentum I want to take on this channel. So when he got the strike, it was like, us three like have awesome have awesome shows. So hop on my channel, right? And I'll do the Warski lives and plan those once a week, Friday nights, and I'll have time to actually plan those. And we have like a few things planned, like. I want to get like I have this porn star who wants to hop on and debate someone against like who hates porn and thinks it should be banned. Like shit like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it sounds like it's like growing past that political. Dude, that political stuff is the worst because once you get labeled with that, it's so hard to fucking get unlabeled with it.
I mean, look. I'll say after having like talks with them, like the alt right and stuff.
Mhm.
There's some stuff I go, okay, I see your logic in that, right? And in their hearts for what like they want, like a white ethno state, it's for a good cause. In their in their perspective,
What
you
the
know what
fuck?
I mean? It's fucked up. I understand that.
It's like a fantasy though. Like everything they want is it's not realistic. It's their ideal fantasy world.
Well, yeah. So basically, they like, I mean, the stats of immigrants coming in, and they have a higher birth rate than the people already in the country, and so like the white population is on the decline, while as a minority population is on the increase. And they believe that within, I think, I like, don't quote me on this, about like 100 years, the white population will be fully like gone basically with race
Yeah.
mixing. And
Okay,
immigrant
so why don't they just stop using condoms?
Well, I was in here, I don't know, a month or two ago, failure. I can't remember how long it was, but there were two guys on, and they were actually both like arguing who does more to save the white race. And it came down to one guy winning because he had more white babies. It was fucking ridiculous. I was sitting here live and I'm like, is this real? What is going on?
Yeah.
But it's sad and funny to me at the same time when I listen to this type of stuff. I feel like in 100 years we're gonna have a lot more problems solved than just how many white babies there are. You know,
I think
Dude,
there.
it doesn't matter. There's like, and probably like 1,000 years from now, everyone's gonna look mulatto. I mean, I'm sorry, but like,
we might have green people by then.
I don't know.
We
if
might
they'll
have
be
blue
green.
people. We don't know.
Maybe,
Man.
yeah, maybe there'll be a way to change your color for sure.
Genetic modification.
Mhm.
It could. We don't know what's going to come in 100 years, 1,000 years. Look at 100 years ago. 100 years ago, your great grandfather definitely would have been in the Me Too. He'd have been Harvey Weinstein #1, right? It's true though. Like everybody's great grandfather was rapey as fuck, and 100 years from now, you know, maybe there won't be any men anymore. Everything will be fucking genetically modified out, where we never get our infusion line when we're babies. Our pussies never fuse together and make balls. We just have a pussy. Everybody has a pussy because of some fucking choice.
See, okay, but here's the thing: is you guys are looking very like oh, in the future, in 1,000 years and whatever. But then when we look at places like Germany or the UK, like where it has a big Muslim population and refugees, we see crime starts to increase. Muslim only zones, fucking rape just is off the charts, and with no fucking roofies. This is like all awake rape.
No, you can't. You're not allowed to bring that up. But what you are allowed to do is to tell those people to go move there.
Yeah. But the thing is,
like J.K. Rowling, go move there. I want you to live in that town, in that village, like in that section of the city for a year.
But do you at least see what I'm saying? With the if for example, if America brought in, let's just say, 1 million Muslims and put them in one area, okay, and we know their culture over there, how it is, throwing stones at people, throwing acid on people, throwing gays off fucking buildings and shit, like pretty fucked up shit, right? Now, if you bring in a small amount of immigrants that like they're around so many people who are, you know, part of the West and have the values that we have here. Therefore, it's not a massive shift in culture. But if you bring in 1 million at one time in one spot, you're going to see some fucked up shit happening, like what's happened in the UK and Germany and all that stuff. So what the alt-right is trying to do, and I'm just speaking from what I've heard, and this is sort of what I understand, is to preserve the West, preserve the cultures and the values. Whereas a lot of people, like a lot of far left liberals and all that shit, want to don't mind bringing in tons of immigrants.
This is why fucking BuzzFeed is gonna make that headpiece on you.
Yeah. At the end of the day, anybody that's extreme right or extreme left is literally my enemy. Like, you are my enemy. The extremists on both sides are the ones that give everybody with an opinion a bad name. They're the whole reason for identity politics. They ruin everything. This guy in the chat is sitting here calling me a cuck. Like, you are literally the reason. You're the fucking reason. And besides, a lot of these motherfuckers are just on a wave. They're just little followers and shit. You know what I mean? Like, these are not their political views. These are not like how they really feel. They just see like, oh, the alt-right is into this trolling thing. I'm going to join, you know, just to be a part of the trolling thing. You know, a lot of it isn't even real. So I don't know. I hate the extreme views on both sides.
I mean, I've told like, see, the things I just brought up are the things that I understand, but then there are the alt-right people who are the extreme, and I've actually asked them where they go the fucking next level. Let's kick out all minorities. Let's, I've heard some say even way more rough shit. Like, I'm not gonna even bring it up.
That's what ruins their more sane points, their more reasonable points. They're completely ruined because they're clouded in with all the extra shit.
Yeah. So that's sort of where my disagreement lies with them. But then I get labeled as alt-right because you might nod at a thing or two and go, yeah, that makes sense. And everyone's like, well, you must believe everything. You know what I mean?
I love the chat. The chat is fucking triggered as fuck. I love it.
Oh yeah, the chat.
Feed and tell them.
Billy, hey Billy, cut out for a sec.
You just got to go on BuzzFeed and tell them which guy you'll have gay sex with. That'll absolve you of all your sins.
That's what I was thinking of, just having the interview and just exaggerating everything.
Did you ever get a reply from the guy?
See, no.
Okay, so he stood you up. He's gonna just fucking shit on you and not even give you a chance to fight. Well, I told him, like, he wanted to do a video interview. I told him, just fucking take off all your clothes. Do a naked interview with the guy. Make it super awkward. Why not? Why not? What's fucking wrong with that?
Or you can have your clothes on, but keep applying lotion to your crotch the entire interview.
Just fucking make it uncomfortable. I know they're gonna write a hit piece on me, 100%.
Yeah, but who reads it? Like, I don't understand. Like,
people,
do they actually?
People will, yeah. Then I have people like, hey, are you a racist?
Yeah.
I had my girlfriend was at work, and someone walked up because there was one of the hit pieces, and he's like, hey, Sinead, is Danny like some sort of like really big racist? Like, she's like, oh my god, how do I explain this? Like, you have to, it's hard to explain all the streams and debates and everything that we've talked about in a quick sentence.
Well, the thing is, if you're going to be a host and you're going to have these people come on, like, you really have to not have an opinion.
Well, yeah, no, I understand. I understand. I usually try to stay back, and I would be against them sometimes, and I agreed with things.
Look what they did to Bunty King. Like, Bunty King got labeled as the alt-right. How?
He's the leader of the alt-right. I think
I don't even get it. It like literally makes no sense to me, but
he's such a sweet boy. How'd this happen? Where did he go wrong?
That's why I don't like the political stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I had fun with it, but I also wanted to do other things as well. And this is where me and JF had our creative differences, right?
Yeah.
My girlfriend.
Well, JF wants
screaming in the other room. What the happened?
Did you see today when J.K. Rowling like basically was poking fun at Trump for his signature being like really big?
Name. Who is that? I know that name.
J.K. Rowling is the Harry Potter. Like, she's
okay. No, I know. Yeah, the Harry Potter bitch.
She's a social justice warrior, fucking nut, right? Well, she's like poking fun at Trump because his signature on some fucking bill was like big, and she's poking fun at him. And that was the top story on Twitter. And I'm like, how the fuck is this the top story? I scrolled down to the very bottom of Twitter moments, all right? And it's, these hostages over in North Korea were released by the Trump administration. I'm like, how is this the fucking J.K. Rowling the headline and the Trump releasing these? Like,
did he sign his name too big on getting the hostages released? And
I don't know. Maybe somehow they relate it. But like, dude, it's just so I see like even websites being extreme like that, like Twitter. I see them as being like extreme, left in those scenarios, and I hate that shit. Like, you're my enemy if you're extreme.
Pretty transparent.
Yeah,
dude releases a bunch of hostages. Look at his signature on the paper.
Might as well write it in crayon.
Yeah. It's like, honestly, like the whole everyone just talking about Trump always. It's so just boring now. oh my god, is this? Oh, what he like? Someone's like, "You hear what Trump did?" I'm like, I don't care.
Well, that's the crazy thing, right? Because this is actually something amazing. Trump is coming up. He's going to be meeting with Kim Jong-un in June. And he might be part of the peace treaty between North Korea and America and South Korea and everybody. This could be world peace levels of shit.
And that shit's awesome, right?
But
it's in fucking just thousands of stories of who gives a fuck. It's just like, when you just hear like a story after story. So it's like, oh, did you hear about what he did fucking then? Oh, he fucked some chick. He did this. He's gonna solve fucking world peace. Blah blah blah. And then you're like, wait, hang on, what? What was that last thing you just said? Fucking
dude, I told this guy Woody's gamer tag that Trump was going to be the next president in 2011, and he fucking went on his stream, which is called Painkiller Already, and he fucking brought it up and he like bullied me, and he said, yeah, I was talking to Keem and he was like saying that Trump's going to be the next president. And he's like, basically mocking me and making fun of me, fucking Trump was the next president. And it was funny because it was like I have this documented that this is where I said it was fucking going.
You vote for him?
Oh yeah, dude. I publicly endorsed Trump in 2014 and he retweeted me. And then when he announced that he was going to be the president, I stuck up for him and he retweeted me again. And then the motherfucker sent me a personal invitation to the inauguration.
No, he didn't. Really?
Yeah, I'll go get it. You want to see it?
Yes.
Oh man.
And then I want to ask why he didn't go.
That's the thing with Keem, right? He knew the old guy actually had pedo tendencies. He knew Trump was going to be president. You don't fuck with Keem. He knows all.
Billy, I gotta ask you. You're losing the weight. I saw you're under 500 now. What's the problem?
Yeah. I'm trying to be a little thin fucking model chick. I want to tuck my dick back and look pretty. No, I'm just
lost.
I don't know. I started dieting in January and I didn't get a scale until like 2 months ago. But in the last 2 months, I'm down like 40 something pounds.
Nice, bro.
So I'm chasing the
thin
life.
Like, what's your routine to?
I'm doing low carb, low calorie. I'm counting all my calories, and I'm making sure not to eat any sugar or bread type of things. No pastas. I cut all that shit out. So it's just vegetables and meat and cheese and stuff like that.
Nice. I remember when we hung out like around VidCon. We were at that burrito place, Del Taco.
Yeah,
you were a champ. You ordered.
Here it is, right here.
I slammed so many tacos.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I don't want to show my address, but so basically, I own 2 houses, and he sent it to the other house. So I got it a week after, and I didn't end up fucking going.
Why not?
Yeah. Because I got it a week after the inauguration. Like I got it late because it was at my other house.
Wrong address.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like, have you tried DMing him? Yo, what's up, bud?
No, but I have talked to his people.
Really? Oh shit. That's hilarious. What do you say to his people? Like, what's the thing you say to Trump? I would not know what to say. Hey man.
I mean, the thing is like my whole thing was I knew that if Trump was elected, that he would fix the economy. The economy would be way better. We'd have jobs. And like, really, that's the only thing that's important to me. A fucking good economy is like really fixes every problem there is. Poverty, violence, crime, all can be fixed by having a good, strong economy,
Except in certain neighborhoods. Am I right, Keem? No, just kidding.
No, those neighborhoods.
Horrible. Trying to make you as uncomfortable as possible.
Those bad neighborhoods riddled with drugs and riddled with poverty only exist because of them not having a way out. And when you have a surplus of jobs and people to go out and work and make their own money, then that's a way out.
I know how to fix a poor area. Fill it with hipster bars and make the properties more expensive so the people have to move out. Bingo.
In Seattle right now, there's like lines and lines of people living out of tents downtown. There's just everybody's homeless in the middle of downtown. You drive by, and it's just like tent cities everywhere because the hipsters, Amazon, everything rose in price, and people can't afford to live here anymore. So they just live on the fucking streets because you get free coffee in the morning.
Yeah. Yo, by the way, we have a super chat here from Yo Gonna Cry for $5. Thank you. It says, so Keemstar, should white people just accept their fate of becoming the minority of this country?
Yes.
You shouldn't see yourself as white people. All right. I don't see myself as white people. I don't see myself as anything other than Keemstar. You know what I mean? Like the whole idea of being connected to like a race and seeing yourself as a race is like so weird. You know, it's so tribal. We're not in tribes anymore. We're in a giant tribe called America. Get with it.
Why is it not okay for the white people, but it's okay for any other minority to have pride in their stuff?
I think you could. I think you can, but like people overdo it to the point where this guy's scared. Oh my god, I'm going to be the minority. Like what? What is that going to change?
Look, I'm you know, a Latino, and I grew up in a black neighborhood, and it was always a vibe of, you know, you gotta have pride in your own people, and fucking whitey's out to fucking get you. So it is the same thing in those fucking classes. So maybe that needs to be cut out too to make fucking things right.
But Whitey has won too long. We've been winning for way too long, right? Now if we gloat about it, we look like sore winners. Nobody likes a sore winner.
Yeah, but should we let fucking minorities from other countries just keep coming in and the resources?
Sorry for interrupting, but I had a thought that I like need to get out of my fucking head right now. All right. To the guy who's freaking out that whites might be the minority in the future, I strongly suggest that you get a black wife, all right, and you know, reproduce, make kids, so you're all over, spread it out, so you're in every camp, and you'll never be the minority.
There you go. That's just math. That's simple math.
Take your genes to the winning team.
You just want a bunch of beige people, man.
That's how it's gonna be. I'm sorry, but like 1,000 years from now, you know, these races that developed over thousands of years of people living in a certain area for one time, they're gonna change to like everyone's gonna kind of look mulatto in the future. I mean, it's just that's what's gonna happen.
What about like Japan? It's a 95% Japanese ethno state.
They're not even fucking each other anymore.
Yeah.
Weird sex dolls.
Problem.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, but you think people should just accept it? Like just say fuck it. That's it.
I mean, what do you mean accept it? Like what could you do? What is the end goal? Like what could you do? How could you stop it? You can't. So yeah, I mean.
So it's inevitable.
I don't understand how this is a problem. How is it a problem? How is this going to affect you and affect your kids? Like, what is actually going to take place that you're trying to prevent?
Well, like something like, you know, the problems they're having in the UK and in Europe in general right now.
That'll never happen here. That'll never happen here. That will never, ever happen. This is America. This is always going to be America.
How about places? All right. How about places that specifically only want to hire minorities and don't want any whites, especially white males?
Well, that's stupid, and people should fight against that. You should be hired on your skill set. Period. I mean, you just should. I don't believe in what is it called when you go to college? What is the term?
Affirmative action?
Yeah, I don't believe in affirmative action at all. I just feel like people should be judged, like Martin Luther King said, on their character or their skills or whatever. I mean, obviously he didn't say the second part, but you know what I mean. People should be judged on their own merits. Like race should have nothing to do with it.
I think what ends up cultivating a lot of these groups is this, like the backward shit, like what Failure was just saying. They're not going to hire anyone who's white. They're not going to hire any males. So you begin to find a group of white males who identify with each other. and they start to feel like they're getting the fucking axe. And
Wait, what company was this?
I'm not even sure which company specific. I've heard about a few companies doing this.
There was that guy in
Uh.
Google who had written that manifesto about it, and he got
the
fired.
Google guy.
So
Yeah, that was stupid because as far as I understood, didn't they encourage him to write that? Like they said, if
that's what I was hearing.
yeah, I can't remember how. Shit, I can't remember exactly how it played
They
out.
encouraged him to write that.
It was something like, if you have a thought, please share it. I can't remember.
Oh, I see. I see. So they encouraged criticisms or discussions on the company in general.
Yeah, and his basic manifesto was like, listen, people need to be literally treated on the skills that they bring to the table, and that's it. We have to stop, looking at. Wasn't that the manifesto, or am I remembering this wrong?
No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So they encourage. The way I remember it is the company encouraged people to get their thoughts out there. He put his thoughts out there, and they got fired for it, which just made no sense whatsoever.
See, but the rate at what, like, shit like that is happening right now. Like there was like, okay, just a small example. A Black Panther, when it was released, everyone gave it a perfect score, had a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes. One guy made a rating that he put like I think it was like a 3-star out of 5,
and he got called a racist.
Yes, and they went after him. It fucking like they ruined him.
But that does not make that guy bad. That makes the people that went after him look bad in the eyes of any person. Like, I see myself as a pretty like level-headed guy, like in the center of most of this, and I can see shit fairly, right? And in that scenario, the people that attacked him, it makes them look bad. That's bad for them, not the guy. So at the end of the day, yeah, you're going to have extreme unfair situations like that, but every normal, logical, level-headed person is going to see that guy as the victim, not the other way around. That's why I hate extreme people.
What would you say your political views are? We're conservative. I'm in the middle.
I'm probably a socially liberal, and then the rest is probably, conservative.
All right, cool. So yeah, it's more fiscal conservative type thing.
Yeah, pretty much.